Hey guys, it's Ryan, and I'm here to help you with another awesome tip on getting more leads from your website. Listen, contractors, this is something that you guys probably have the worst thing in what I see doing this for over a decade is you do a terrible job of telling Google what cities you service and what you do in those cities. Google is a very hyper specific engine, okay? It loves specificity, hyper specific. When you don't give Google the information it's looking for, it's guessing and you'll end up on page 5, and we know nobody wants that, right? So when people are looking for things, especially nowadays, when people are looking for a contractor near me, roofing near me, pest control near me, or blah, 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 near me is a very common thing. It's becoming much more common as people type. And even if they don't type it in, Google is automatically going to look for things that are nearby. That's why when you type in restaurants near me, you don't see things 200 miles away, do you? No, of course, you see things within a 5 to 10-minute driving radius. Google works the same way for local contractors. So it's smart, but it's not psychic. How is it going to know where you service if you don't tell it? Right? Especially if you're a service-based business where you don't have a physical address listed in Google, this becomes even more important for everything else that you do, right? If you happen to have a physical address, that's great, but I bet you your physical address is still willing to go 30, 40 miles away for a great job, and you typically don't recommend or you don't even mention that other city 30, 40 miles away anywhere on your website. Not just mention it. What you should do is build specific pages for that specific city and service, right? If you're an exterior company and you do, let's say, roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, you do 4 services, you should build one page for each one of those cities and each one of the services combined, right? So it's roofing in city 1, siding in city 1, gutters in city 1, windows in city 1. That's 4 different pages you need to build. 4. And I'll prove it to you. Here's what I mean by that. Let's figure this out. Let's do roofing again in Nashville. Okay. Now I'm gonna pull up a map of Nashville too as well. I'm gonna pull up a map, Nashville, Tennessee, and we're gonna look at the other nearby cities here. Okay. All right. I don't know anything about demographics. I don't know if these are, if you are a contractor in Nashville and you're like, Ryan, these are terrible demographics. I would never want more leads from this area. I don't care. I'm specifically going after the concept of this is how you do it. So, all right, I've got places like Franklin, Brentwood, Smyrna, okay, uh, looks like Murfreesboro, right? If you're in Nashville, I'm assuming you'll want to be able to go to all these places and eventually dominate. Maybe Hendersonville looks like a pretty good one here because it's by some water. Okay, I'm going to go into roofing. We're going to focus on Nashville first. Okay, you'll see a lot of home pages pop up. That's perfectly fine. Now, what happens if I move into Hendersonville? We're going to go roofing Hendersonville. Hendersonville. Oh, not that. I need Tennessee. There we go. Now, most people would just type in roofing company near me, roofing whatever, and their results would showcase for Hendersonville because they live in Hendersonville. Google knows they live in Hendersonville. Now, watch what happens, okay? If I look here, well, this is a Chamber of Commerce. We don't want to look at that. Look at this page. They're building an internal page. Billy Reagan's building an internal page. And then Best Choice building an internal page. Mighty Dogs building an internal page, okay? So Chamber of Commerce doesn't count. This company's located in Hendersonville. This is just a blog. They're located in Hendersonville, right? But look at everybody else. Nashville's Best Choice, but this is a specific page on Nashville. Look at this one. Mighty Dog built a page on Henderson. Okay? They built a page for it. If we keep moving around, let's go to Brentwood. Okay, Brentwood. Blog again. Don Kennedy. Let's look at his website. Don Kennedy built a page for roofing in Brentwood. Now let's change it to window contractor in Brentwood. Okay, window contractor. Oh, look at this. The very first one. Hey, window replacement, Brentwood, Tennessee. They built a specific page for it. Look at this page. It's built for Brentwood. It's built for windows. It ranks number 1, right? Golden Glass looks like a glass company. That's fine. It's probably not the same thing. Here you go, a roofing company trying to get more leads in Brentwood for windows. Windows, Brentwood. Mr. Roof, new windows in Brentwood. Do you think they're getting leads on page one? I think the answer is yes, right? Music City, doors, right? They're doing the same thing. They're building specific pages for the specific areas, cities, right? And term they want. So they're going after windows and doors. Have you noticed that the roof, nobody's actually popped up for roofing here, even though it's an exterior company? Yeah, that's on purpose, right? That's because it's different. What if I did siding contractor? Siding contractor. Okay, Underdog Roofing still pops up, which is great. L&L Contractors, they're going after it. Eberg is going after it as well. Look at that. Brentwood Siding. Brentwood Siding, do you think they're generating leads? Yes, of course they are. Of course they are. Right there, right? They're building a page for it. Tennessee Thermal, Thermal. Brentwood Siding. You see they're going after a siding again, right? You need to build pages going after the specific things. Those are called service area pages, what we're looking at. It's a city plus a service. One city, one service. You want to dominate one city, it's one service. That's how you do it. Okay. Then write content on the page that talks about that city and that service, obviously, logically, right? And then throughout the site, sprinkle some things about what do you do it, right? Your about page, maybe on your home page, give larger radiuses, right? Give a county sometimes. Give a larger indication of where you are going to get your leads from. Maybe do the state if you do state. That's what you need to truly dominate, is build a plan to get all the city plus services built on your website. Now, you may be saying, Ryan, I do a lot of services and I have a lot of cities. Yes, absolutely. If you, like, I'm going to go back to the exterior contractor. If you do 3 or 4 services and you service 80 cities, guess what? That's 4 times 80 means you need 320 pages on your site minimum to dominate. Listen, this is kind of like the same thing of when you ask somebody how they get in shape and they got great, got a great body. The answer is always very similar. They did the steps that are necessary. The steps that are necessary are I ate well, I watched my diet, I exercised, and I used a specific plan to get the body that I want. Everyone knows how to do it. This is the same thing. You want to dominate Google? This is how you do it. Will it be a lot of work? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But will it work? Yes, it will, because Google already tells you it works. When you do those kinds of searches that I've done, it shows you this is what I, Google, am looking for. This is what I use to understand what people are doing and where they're doing it. So if you want to dominate and crush 3 or 4 or 5 services in 60, 70, 80 cities, be prepared to put the work in. The one benefit about Google is when you do the work correctly one time, it can pay you dividends over and over and over and over again, because that page will stay there if you build it correctly and stay at the top of Google and generate leads month after month after month after month after year. That's why Google is awesome, because people still use it. They use it all the time, every day. And they're going to be looking for contractors, especially as the generations change and the younger generations become more in the people that are looking for contractors. They know even less about handiwork stuff. They know less about it. They need contractors more than ever. And where are they going to go? They're going to go to Google, because that's where people find answers to questions that they have. Who's the best contractor? Who's the best roofer? Who's the best pest control company? Who's the best this, best that, best whatever? You need these. This is the dominating strategy of how to crush it on Google. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense, guys. You have any questions? Let me know. Okay? My name's Ryan. This is all I do. I help contractors dominate Google and get a crap load of leads all the time. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.